Hey, so I got some questions about this second essay assignment. So I thought I'd take a second to kind of walk you through what I would do if I were you to start and then complete this assignment. So let's get started by looking at the assignment sheet. So I clicked on the assignment sheet just as a recap. Your assignments are available in two places, right? So we have the assignments folder link here in Blackboard at the bottom if you just want to look for the paper 2 assignment. And then in discussion board, you'll see there's a link right to it. Paper number 2, my superpower, right? So the first part talks about how to get to your Google folder, but the part that I really want to concentrate on is the part where it says reflection questions, what you should be writing about. So we have 4 things that I'm looking for here. So 1 says identify some of the social identity groups that you belong to. 2, it says, can you explain how being a part of this group has affected your life? And 3, what benefits come from being a member of this group? And then 4 is about the poem that you had to read, Nikki Rosa. Specifically, do you agree with the author's point of view? And what was one benefit she saw of being Black? So I'm gonna go ahead back to Blackboard, and I'm gonna get started by clicking on the Google folders and finding my folder. For purposes of this video, I'm gonna use the folder that says example folder. Paper number 2, my superpower. I would go in and just put in my name. And then this is English 94, and the section is IN1. Today's date is the 16th. At least it is for me. I guess I don't really know when you're gonna start this paper, right? Okay. Then I have to say that I have to answer those 4 reflection questions and what they might be. And instead of even having to click back in the assignment, they're right in that comment to the side. So all I had to do was click on the assignment and look down. It said, what should you be writing about? And it says, what is your superpower? Identify some groups. So when I think about some groups I belong to, I could say, I start with the easy ones, right? I am a woman, a mother, teacher, Black, and I am biracial. Those are kind of the big easy groups, but I belong to other groups too, right? Like, so I am a Trek. Don't judge me. I love Star Trek. Also, love to walk. My free writing here. So I belong to several walking groups. I am a member sorority. All those are groups I belong to, right? So as you're thinking about your groups, your list is going to look different. For instance, you might have put in, instead of I'm a teacher, I'm a student, right? Or instead of I'm a Trekkie, I'm a gamer. Whatever it might be for you, right? Maybe you are like, Instagram influencer, not sure. But we all belong to these groups, right? So once I have a list, I can think about, which 1 or 2 do I really want to talk about in this paper? And for me, I think I'm going to talk about being a mom. So I'm going to go back, take out some of these other things, right? Now that I have an idea, I can just start with this, right? So that first question just says, identify, something a social group that you're in, right? It says, what's your superpower? By addressing all of these questions, name 1 or 2 social identity groups. These can be cultural groups, right? Community groups. And I picked mother, right? So I'm a mother. I have 3 sons, 2 grandkids. I'll say more about that later. What's that next question, right? What benefits come with being a member of this group? Okay, so I would say one of the main benefits of being a mom, and it's a hard job, is really helping shape the world. Cool to your kids and think, I wish the world had more like them. I could go on and explain what I mean by that, because I think that my children, of all things, are really kind, and the world could use more kind people, right? The third question that's down there, right? Let's see here. So we identified the group, talked about the benefits. Now we're going to reflect on that poem, Nikki Rosa, right? She says in that poem, one thing that I think is really, or several things I think are really interesting. And so one of the things that she says in the poem is, I'm going to quote this because it's directly what she says. Black love is Black. And I think that is really cool, and I agree with it. I'm going to tell you why. I would say more in here as I was writing, if I was going to do this whole assignment. I think that very often in our communities, there are things that are identified as negative. So we look at certain communities and we think they don't have a lot of things like money, or they don't have, expensive neighborhoods and cars and things of that nature. And this is one of the things that, the poet Nikki Giovanni is addressing, that maybe on the outside doesn't look like wealth, but if we are certain that wealth is defined not as something that is tangible like money or cars or property, but something intangible like love, then we do have wealth. And I totally agree with that comment. Black love is Black wealth, and that Black culture is Black wealth. And as I'm doing this, and Juneteenth is 2 days away, it seems pretty appropriate. So in general, I just wanted to kind of give you a way of kind of thinking about the assignment in those categories. So again, you're identifying a cultural, social group that you belong to. You're thinking about the benefits of belonging to that group, and I expect you to name more than one, so a couple of those, and then address something from the poem you either agree with or disagree with. It doesn't really matter, just so long as you can explain your opinion. And so I hope that helps you to better understand the assignment. And if not, send me an email, or we can talk about it in your conferences. And with that, have a great day.